Well, starting a real estate business, as is with every other business, involves a lot of knowledge-based gathering and, of course, getting the right people or the right skills that you need, of course, to succeed in that kind of business. And we will be looking at all of this as we have joining us Onwuka Onyeka from Africa Real Estate International, who will be walking us through the ropes of how to become a real estate agent, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa as a whole. Thank you for joining us, Onwuka.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Good to have you on iBrand Daybreak.
Thank you.
Let's start by understanding the ropes of beginning a business in the real estate industry. Onwuka, if you can hear me, I'd like you to walk us through the ropes of starting the real estate business.
Okay, so there are basic, there are lots of steps that one has to, like every other business, that one has to put in when starting a real estate business. But I'll just identify a few steps here that I think that everyone who wants to start out in real estate would, consider to be able to stand out. And some of these steps, they are personal steps that one must be able to individually take. For example, one of them is research. Maybe I should just list all of them, and then if you have any other further you want me to expatiate on any of them, I will be glad to do so. The one is research. These are some of the basic things: research, developing a business plan, sourcing for funding, registering your business, your real estate company, of course, creating marketing tools, and adopting a customer relationship management system that works for you. So these are some of the basic skills or basic tools that anyone who wants to venture into the real estate space should consider.
Of course, we'll need you to break that down, each of those steps. For instance, research, I believe it would have a lot of, skills and a lot of intricacies when it comes to doing research. You don't just go on the internet or wherever it is to research. You need some skills as to what to look out for.
Okay, so under research, there are some basic things that you have to look at. You have to take time to research the industry, an industry that you want to get in. You must take time to research the industry, and to research the industry, Google could be your friend. There's virtually almost everything you may need on Google. So I think the things that you should be looking at for understanding the real estate space, the real estate sector, different kinds of real estate businesses, just reading through, going through, some of the real estate organizations that have been in existence, understanding them, studying them, and you can find all of these on Google. Like I said, you can research the big players. You can buy books as well. You can read real estate books. So the first thing you have to do is to invest in research, and that research has to be done by you. It's an industry you want to spend, the next, decade of your life, or so. So you have to invest in quality time in trying to make this research. Okay, so you can also attend like what we call the real estate masterclass, one of the classes that we organize for real estate beginners. So these classes, or these books, or this research helps you to get grounded in understanding the industry that you are coming in. This will equip you with the right info and insight on starting your real estate business in Africa. Number two, I talked about developing a business plan. Now, without a plan, you cannot achieve anything in real estate. All right. So you have to also take time to design a business plan. And what does a business plan does for you? It helps you set your vision. It asks you personal questions that you have to, that nobody is going to answer for you. This is a business that you want to venture in. So you want to develop a business plan that helps you, define your vision, helps you define your mission, helps you strategize on goals, goal setting, the business strategies that you are going to be involving, the marketing, how you intend to do the marketing, how you intend to source for funds. It helps you identify your directors, advisors, and team, all other aspect of the business. Now, one of the reasons why I recommend this handy is because you can start your real estate business with almost little or no fund, but you need, funding to be able to sustain it. And a business plan helps you, to be able to source for fund and helps you define some of the basic things that you are coming into the real estate industry for.
All right, before we move on to the other points, before we move on to the other nuggets, can you develop the business plan yourself, or do you need to consult an expert?
Okay, for depending on the funding that you have, for someone who is starting with almost nothing, you can design your business plan and develop it as hire a professional as time goes on. But to get started, if you don't have enough funding to be able to hire a professional to be able to help you develop your business plan. But I recommend that you start this yourself first, because these are questions. I mean, the business developer professional is not going to be the one who is going to say, so what's the vision? To be able to help you define the vision, to be able to help you define your mission and some of the goals that you want to achieve in the real estate space. So I think that you have to first design, it could be a template, and then over time you can begin to, hire professionals who can be able to develop it, going forward.
Okay, let me come in here quickly. Just before you continue with other aspects, you said earlier that one can start real estate business with little to no funds, but you need funds to run it, over time. For those who are listening and want to delve into this and they do not have, as much funds as you would expect, how do they go about it in terms of, getting into the business itself?
Okay, and that's my number 3 point, is funding. Like I said, you don't need to have a lot of money to start your real estate business. However, you need funding to sustain and carry out your organizational goal. Now, there are a lot of ways in which you can fund your real estate business in Africa. So I'll just share some of the most common ones. The most common is the non-traditional funding method, such as crowdfunding, right? Business partnerships. You could also have private money lenders. All right. Furthermore, the government loan, mortgages, and financial institutions are also good sources of funding. Now, it falls back to your business plan, okay? Because you cannot raise funds, you cannot bring in anybody, to be a part of, or like a business partner or a strategic partner to be able to invest money in your business without a business plan. That's why I listed the business plan first before you now talk about the funding. Yes, so you can actually fund from these areas, and you can study some of these areas online about crowdfunding for real estate organizations. You can study about, business partnerships for real estate organizations, or look out for private money lenders, and they are all around us. And when your business is registered, which is the 4th point, because you also have to register the business with the government authority, with the federal and states. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay, so you have to register the business with the government, and your state. And so you need to register your real estate company. And one of the best recommended registration that is recommended globally is a limited liability company, LLC. An LLC refers to a business entity that operates on its own without interfering with the owner's finance or property. Now, this means that in the event your real estate business run into debts, all right, it won't affect your finances in any way. Now, once you register, this registration also helps you, when you were talking about funding, to be able to source for, I talked about funding, government loan, mortgages, and financial institutions. So one of the things they are going to require for you, anybody who is also going to be, giving you funding to be able to run start up your real estate firm, he is also going to be interested in this document. So he wants to know who are the board of directors, who are the advisors, who are members of your team. So in Africa, the procedure and cost of registering a real estate as an LLC may vary depending on your country. It will be better to have a lawyer register your company with the government and state, while you provide some unique business name and other items that may be required for the document.
You also talked about building your customer base. How do you go about that?
Okay. Now you have to adopt what we call a customer relationship management system, CRM. Now this helps you, it's an effective tool that helps you manage your marketing campaigns. Now you can get this as an app. They are free apps or paid apps, they are online. You can just download some of those apps or sign up for a paid app. These apps helps you to be able to manage your marketing campaigns and lead in a coordinated way. Now you're going to be having clients, you're going to be reaching out to clients, you're going to be having 1 or 2 clients. So you have to set a structure, and that is where a customer relationship management system comes in to be able to help you manage your leads. So who are you calling today? Who are the leads that is requesting for the properties that you have or for the real estate services that you have? So you can find these free and paid relationship systems that will be able to help you build a suitable customer relationship system.
But I'm interested in how you build trust in your customers, because
say that again, please.
How you build trust in your customers and your clients. Hello. Because this is one industry that a lot of people are skeptical about when it comes to buying landed property. We've seen people coming out to say that they were scammed or they were swindled because perhaps they didn't get the right information or they went through the wrong means. But how do you build trust in your customers?
So first, I think that for a practitioner, you need the right information, and then for the investors, all right? For the investors, you also need, as an investor, you also need the right information,
Onwuka. All right, I think we lost connection with Onwuka, but of course they're well succinctly put, yep. Especially when you talk about all that you need to build a business like this. It tells a whole lot. You don't want to jump into this kind of business without getting the proper skills and information.
These are some of the things. For an investor, there are some things you should look out for when you see offers, real estate offers, whether it's for properties, whether it's for land, whether it's for anything around real estate. There are some, there are some basic criteria you look at for before you buy or you invest in such facility or real estate property.
And this information are out there in the public, aren't they?
Yes, they are out there in the public. Recently, I think the Lagos State, I think in December, the Lagos State had, Lagos State has a regulatory body, that guides all real estate organizations in Lagos State. This is aside from your corporate affairs registration document. You also have to register with the state, authority that helps guide, the industry. So these basic informations are all on the internet, whether you are a real estate practitioner or whether you are real estate investors. And I haven't mentioned one tool that I think that is very, very important in today's world if you are going to be setting up your real estate organization, and that is to create marketing tools. Because without the right marketing, you see a lot of real estate organizations struggle to be able to reach their client, to be able to develop a client base. So I think that you have to create an official email. You have to understand today's world by creating an official email for direct mail and email campaigns that you're going to be running. Don't forget what I mentioned earlier, that you're going to, when in your business group, in your business plan, you're going to have business strategies. So those business strategies, you are going to be implementing them when you begin your real estate company. So one of the ways to be able to do the marketing is to be able to do email campaigns, sending emails to organizations and individuals, who you can convert those leads into client base. Now you also need to build your social media platforms. Of course, we cannot overemphasize this today in today's world. Build your social media platforms, be on all the social platforms, and begin to publish your content. You can create a website, develop a website and a blog site so that you can be able to communicate effectively with people, clients. They'll be able to see some of the offerings that you are sharing, and they'll be able to contact you appropriately.
All right, quite interesting. But let's talk about your word of advice to those out there looking to go into this business, especially preparing them for the likely challenges in the business.
All right, like real estate business, they are like every other business. Real estate business also comes with its own challenges, especially when you are starting up. All right, so you want to be able to first and foremost look at the transition process that you have put in place. For example, if you're leaving a particular industry for the real estate, so you don't just jump in. Like I said, one of the first things you have to do is research, because without research, you are going to experience a lot of difficulty trying to set up and trying to sustain the organization.
Right.
So some of the challenges, yeah, so you want to beat all of those challenges. Is the first thing that you have to do is research. And if you follow these 7 key areas, and these are some of the things that we considered, we took almost a year as an organization to be able to develop and ask ourselves basic questions to say, so how do we go about this? Now, one of the key areas that you have to also, one of the key is having a mentor. All right, having a mentor, someone who has been there ahead of you, someone who has started a real estate organization and is already succeeding or have succeeded, someone that you want to, just model a little after. I think
I think we'll just leave it. I know there's still so much to talk about, but with these few points, I think someone who is planning to go into the business is already prepared and has all the nuggets needed. Thank you so much for your time on the show, Onwuka Onyeka, for engaging us on the show this morning. All right, have a good day. We've been speaking with Onwuka Onyeka from Africa Real Estate International, taking us through the ropes of starting the real estate business in Nigeria and, of course, in Africa. We'll take a break. When we come back, there'll be more. Please stay with us.